actually not going to be about religion because, you know, God's still working on me too. But I don't have a problem. I don't have a single problem with Christians doing Christian things. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. We got some stuff to talk about. I got some things to get off my chest. Y'all know I don't normally do political videos because sometimes I can be a bit problematic. But then I figured, you know, there are a lot of people with radical and idiotic views and they just spreading them all across the internet and they're not afraid to talk, so why should I be? Like, I've even seen some of my favorite YouTubers and making a video about this whole Botham John and Amber Guyger situation, and honestly I haven't even watched because it's like I don't want to hear anything stupid, so I'm just gonna, you know, not even watch it. But I'm not gonna be afraid to speak about this anymore. Oh, and don't mind me, I don't have on my wedding ring, ain't nothing wrong. I just washed my hair and I need to go put it back on. I don't know why they just popped up in my head to say. But so as y'all know, Amber Guyger was sentenced this week to 10 years. It took a lot of people by surprise the fact that she was even convicted. So, you know, that was the first shock. And then the second shock happened when she was sentenced to 10 years. Some people were happy about it, some people are not happy about it. The third shock happened because Botham's little brother, he gave his final statements to Amber Guyger, and he mentions that he forgave her and he asked the judge to give her a hug. That took a lot of people by surprise. And then you have the fourth shocker, which is that the judge embraced Amber Guyger, gave her the Bible, said a few words, and now she is under fire for doing that. This is actually not going to be about religion because, you know, God's still working on me too. But I don't have a problem. I don't have a single problem with Christians doing Christian things. My issue is people telling this young man how he should grieve. When I tell you, I am just blown away by the amount of people saying what he should not have done. Take responsibility, own up to your own actions. Now, I understand people saying, you know what, I couldn't have done that, more power to them, or people saying I'm not there yet. Those statements I am completely okay with. What I do not get are the people that's saying he did it too early, or maybe it was too soon. Too soon for who? First of all, who are you to tell this young man when and how he should grieve? As we saw, the mom has said, you know what, that was my son and he did what he needed to do. I'm not there yet, maybe later. And that is fine. Understand this, this whole situation took place months ago. He has been dealing with the death of his brother for months. You have only been looking at this for the past couple of weeks that it's been on TV. So for him, the timing is probably perfect. He has had to grieve, and this is the solution that he has came to of what he needed to do. And I'm sure he is not done grieving. But for people to actually put a time stamp on how he should have acted or what he should have done. And then don't get me started on the people with the subliminals. You know, we got our pro that are hitting the subliminals of, you know, this is what the media is really trying to portray. I don't even want to get into the subliminals and the conspiracy theories about why the media is really showing this. And I definitely get the argument from people saying, hey, I don't get why black people always have to be the ones to forgive and show our spiritual side. I'll admit, I was the first one to say something when I saw all of this going on in the news about the young man showing his forgiveness and the judge giving her Bible. I was the first one to be like, oh my gosh, here we go. You know, we always got to show that we spiritual, and you know, that was me. I completely got it. But what I did not want to do and what I refused to do, I had to actually come back around to myself to say, well, that's what that person needed to do in order to grieve. And at some point, you you know, if you are seeking peace, you're gonna have to forgive the person who hurt you. The part that I don't agree with is the media showing it over and over and shoving it down our throats that this is what happened. To be honest, I don't even think they should have recorded that. I don't think that they should be blasting this young man's grieving process and his final statements of what he did all over the news. To me, that should have been private, and even if they did record it, I don't get why we have to see 50 million times in a day. So on that side, I do understand people's frustration with black people being too forgiving, always, you know, using religion and things like that. But that is a lot of us. A lot of us was raised up with that mentality of love our enemies, turn the other cheek. And that's instilled in us. And for a lot of black women, that has kept us sane. That has kept us from blowing our brains out when we go to Christ. But like I said, I did not want to make this a religious video. So let me just stay on the topic at hand. I do not like that people are really criticizing the judge for doing what she did. They're actually going after her in some type of way. From my understanding, there is an atheist group that's going after her, saying that she violated a couple of things. What really baffles me is that there are woke people that are cheering this group on to get this black judge off the bench. The same people that were hollering no justice, no peace are advocating to get a black woman out of a powerful position because they don't like that she showed compassion. Say what you must, have your belief, but if you want to be so woke, then stick to the agenda at hand. We have one of us in a powerful position, and you are wanting to take her down. And I'm not even no conspiracy theorist. Y'all, I can't stand conspiracies. But to me, if there is one that's going on, I would have to say that they're looking at it as we took down one of theirs and they're about to take down one of ours. How do you not see that? And that's where it just has me like, oh my gosh. Like, people are really stupid. Like, y'all don't see me do these rests. I try to stay away from them. Because like I said, I'm problematic sometimes. This, I guess for me, I feel like we shoot our own self in the foot sometimes. Even though we have a lot, y'all know I worked for Dallas County for years. And I even worked for a black judge. And we have a lot of them. And here it is that we got one, you know? We got one, and y'all are cheering for her to be taken down because of not something corrupt that she did, but because she showed compassion. So it's like, okay, do what? Take her and replace her with who? Do you not understand how many judges have violated things on that bench and off that bench in their robe, but we haven't paid attention to? We didn't care enough to even look at because the person who was about to go to jail, we just said, oh well. But now, since we have somebody who I guess society wants to protect and feel sorry for, they want to scrutinize everything that the judge has done, the jury has done, just everything to still try to protect this person. It just really bothers me that it is our own people that's trying to take this person down. It's like, okay, do you not understand? Like, you just canceled out. One went and you're trying to get the other one out. You just canceled out everything we're trying to do. I understand that people are saying, well, they don't agree with it because she only gave her 10 years. All right. Even though she could have gave her 5, that was the minimum. But what is the amount of time for a life? You tell me. And I get it. What is the amount of time for a life? From my understanding, she could have got 20 years, she could have got 99 years. What's the amount of time that really would have made you feel good? Honestly, I feel like if she would have got 99 years, people probably would have said that she should have got the death penalty. Even though I'm completely not oblivious to the fact that if the roles were reversed, homeboy would have got way more years. I get that, y'all. I ain't stupid. But my thing is, we can only take over with numbers. Let's take this. let's get more, and let's take charge of the system. You know, I don't get it. I really have been shocked by, well, I take that back. I'm not really shocked by social media, because I just feel like everybody just, you know, they have the world at their fingertips and they say whatever they need to say. Even, you know, with me being able to do this video, I can turn this camera on, say what I need to say, and then post it. And it just gives everybody a voice. Social media gives everybody a voice to be intellectually stupid. And we're, you know, it's okay. We roll with it. And even though I know it's probably going to be somebody in these comments that's probably going to say all type of racist stuff, say anti-religious stuff, you know what, whatever. And I ain't even going to block you. Say what you need to say. And if your only thing is to personally attack me, that just shows me your intellect right there. So I really won't value what you have to say. But this week has been frustrating nonetheless, and confused. Like, I've gotten a headache from watching not just the news, but the response on social media. And then a lot of what I saw were people just ranting on Facebook in people's comments. You know, there were some people trying to be uplifting, saying that they were happy for, you know, the brother being able to get to that place. And then you would just have folks come and just completely unleash their rage, and you could tell it was personal. Okay, I get it. You're hurt. You're scared. We're all shook. But, like, go get help. Go talk to who you need to talk to. Have your opinions, of course. But there's, like, actual anger tied to this. And then attacking the people who are in agreement with it and who feel like, hey, that was great. I honestly feel like a lot of people who were the ones feeling angry about this young man forgiving this woman are the same people who have a loved one that's waiting on them to go to therapy. Baby, we talked about triggers in the last video, in that It review, so yeah, some of y'all need to go watch it. For so many people to sit up here and say that they are disgusted by this young man wanting to show compassion, or that they completely are against what he did, you know, when ain't nobody saying nothing to you for forgiving that little cheating spouse of yours. So yeah, that's just been my biggest issue, of people trying to tell this young man how and when he should have continued on with his grief process. Can you imagine losing a loved one as public as this, and going through this grief process and doing what you done had to do? You done screamed as loud as you needed to scream. You done cussed out however many people you needed to cuss out. And you finally get to this point to where you think you need to do this, and then have the public criticize you about it. Like, you did this for you, and then for people to come and criticize you and tell you that you should not have done it that way, or you should not have done it at that time. Like, excuse you. You were not there throughout this process. All you've been doing is watching from your couch or from your office chair. So you really cannot tell him how he should have been handling this situation, or what he should have did at that moment. It's just insensitive. Like I said, my only issue is with the media shoving it down our throats. Y'all don't have to tell us how we are. We know that. Whether it was some special agenda that people are trying to go with, that, oh, they just want to soften us up for the next time, or whether it's just that they are just truly shocked that we are behaving in such a humane way. It don't matter. We don't need to keep seeing it. And with the other people who are just so enraged about it happening, we don't need to hear it. And if you want to be enraged, don't sit up here and go on somebody else's post ranting about something so unrelated just because you were triggered, or that you've been hurt by the system, you've been hurt by the church, whatever the case may be. But anyway, that is all I needed to say. I hope I didn't miss anything, but I found myself ranting in my kitchen, and then I realized, you know what, this is why I got a YouTube. Let me go ahead and bust out this camera and say what I need to say. You know, because I've been writing statuses and everything, and just my fingers, they can't move fast enough. And so I figured I'd just come to y'all and just say what I need to say and just get it off my chest. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, even if you don't agree with what I said. like the video. And I will talk to y'all later.